Hello, everyone. Hello. Everyone's having so much fun here. My name is Edmundas. People call me Eddie. I'm CEO and co-founder of TrackDuck. And I'm here because we started in a startup event, our startup. We got first initial funding in a startup event. We found first pilot users during first whole year. We were getting pilot users for our shitty first prototype through conferences and events. We found our seed funding through a conference, and I've been to many of them. So that's why I'm here. Now the question is, why the fuck are you here? Because is this a conference? Just answer this question to yourself. Is this an event right now where you are? Yes, kind of, right? And you all came to learn about conference, and just first thing you do when you come to event is you sit down, you're a lazy ass, and well, the best thing is lady goes to you is like my, I don't know, applause is just lie down and read something. So if you come to a conference, and which is basically a market of ideas, and you're either selling something or you're buying something, and you come to this conference or you come to this conference to learn something, and all you do is just sit down and look at your phone. At least some people, you know, said hi to a person they know, so that was a little bit better. So the question is, what are you doing here? No challengers. All right, so I'll have to try to figure out myself. So startups. Who's from a startup? Who's?
I can answer.
Yes, sir.
I'm waiting for you to finish.
Yeah, but you're going to speak after me. So who else was in a startup? One more time. So we have like 2 people only. Can we actually move you to the good part of this conference? So I would have all the startups here. It just makes sense. All right, so we have people who for them it makes sense to be here. They're startups. They go to startup events, and it's pretty clear what they're doing there. They're either selling or they're buying. So they're selling their startup idea to investors or pilot users, or they're buying. So that means they're looking for hires, or they're looking for more ideas or partnerships. Who are you, the rest of the people? And why are you here?
A lot of people just came here to learn something.
Yes, so what do you do in your life?
What I do in my life?
Yes.
I am a full-time student, full-time employed, and just dreaming about launching something of my own.
All right, so you came to learn something. That makes sense. So you can just say that. If someone asks you a question, you can just answer. It will make this conversation a lot easier. So you came to learn. Who else came here to learn? And we have, all right, thank you. Sir, why are you here?
Because the name of the event sounded cool.
Good. Who else didn't raise their hand for learning? I saw some other people here. No? Okay. So everyone's now afraid and not gonna go. All right, so any event for startups or any event, whatever, for business is a marketplace. Turgus, like Kalvarijų turgus. You come to Turgus, you come to Turgus to buy potatoes or carrots, or sell potatoes or carrots, or you come to entertain yourself. Look at the homeless people, look at the drunks lying around. So you, sir, fall in this. I come here, entertain me for free. So that's okay. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try my best to entertain you. The others who come to learn, that's I guess, also is fine. As long as you're a student and you really want to start something, right? You're going to start a startup. Yes?
Actually, I did sign up for a Enterprise Lithuania program for startups. I do have an idea. It's just premature stage at the moment.
Good. I like this. Okay, so who came to learn here for specifically next month or whatever, or we already have this premature startup? Besides this gentleman. So you, I saw you move. I saw.
I'm just searching for a dude who knows Google AdWords.
Okay. So we have you two. Who else? Who else? Come on. Well, I'm gonna go one by one anyway. So your time is gonna come. Come on. Yes. Yes. Sir, you're gonna do a startup? All right. So since there is no strict definition of a startup, I mean, you can go really strict, as I do for myself sometimes, but the strict definition is like, as long as you say you're going to do a startup, you're already basically a startup. So let's move you two guys here, next to the startups. Let's just sort this out.
At the end of the hour, everybody will see there.
No, well, we just need to figure out why we're here, because so this event is for me to share kind of my business knowledge with you. So this is about, or this is what I do. Like, yes? Yes, sir. All right. So we have 3, 4, 7, 8 startuppers, and the rest of the people are not clear for me at all. Some people look like students, so okay, who are just students and not sure what the hell we're doing here, and we had free time. Student, more students. No more students? Okay, one more student. So hopefully you're learning something, and you're gonna start a startup also. And the rest of the people, I guess you're employed. Are you employed? No? And you're not studying? So I guess this is a warm place to be in a cold winter. All right, that also makes sense. So I guess you came here for the entertainment. But please correct me if I'm wrong. Socializing, entertainment, it's the same thing. So networking is, again, it must has a purpose. Otherwise, again, it's socializing and entertainment. So do you have a purpose to either start a startup, a company, hire someone, be hired by a startup? Any of those? Invest into a startup? Maybe you want to be an angel investor? Yes? No, not yet. We haven't confirmed it. You don't look sure, so it still looks for me that you come here for more entertainment. So this is actually a very good representation of an average startup event. And that's why a lot of people are disturbed and annoyed by them, because they come and they come out of these events without results. So firstly, we come to an event, and all they do is they sit in their corner, and they, on the best, most positive outcome, they say hi to their friends, they shake hands, and then they leave, and they say, "Oh man, that was a shitty conference. I didn't get anything out of it." So, and we're still talking about you guys. So, and then even people who come here with a purpose, they also maybe don't go out to, out of their safety circle to get to know you and find out. But even if they do and they come to you and they talk to you, it's basically they're wasting their precious working time on you. Because you have no purpose, you're wasting your time, you're wasting their time, maybe you're getting entertainment value from it, but that's the best outcome. So, and that's why people get disappointed from startup events. And it's hard sometimes, so you have to, so for the first thing about startup events, and here is where I guess you should, I don't know, start thinking about it, is what is your business goal, or at least your personal goal, for going to startup events? So if you don't have a goal, maybe it doesn't make sense to really go to the event. Because you're not only wasting your time, you're wasting other people's time. We could be having like this really deep discussion now about like serious tips and tricks, what you can do in a conference, how to, I don't know, manipulate investors who are more experienced and older than you and have more business knowledge, but there's still things you can do to get around their safety nets. But we can, because we have all of you. So once you have a goal, and literally, it is either you sell something or you buy something, or or you come here for entertainment and you at least be honest about it, then you must practice and prepare. So what would be a standard preparation for any market? If, let's say, you're selling potatoes, you want to go to Kalvarijų turgus, let's keep it simple.
How about having presentation, or at least an idea for presentation?
Well, if you're selling potatoes, you don't need a presentation, you just bring the product, right? Yeah, so but if you can bring the product, that's the best thing, right? So if you're going to a startup conference, probably having a product or at least something to show, a presentation definitely makes sense. So you prepare a presentation even if you're not going to be pitching. Because again, if you have this goal, so if you're a startup and or you have this idea and you come to a startup conference, it's most likely that you will be either looking, again, for pilot users or you're going to be fundraising. So for both of those, if you don't have a product, presentation, you have to have it, right? Even if you're not pitching on a stage, you can catch an investor, you can catch someone by a hand, pull him for a cup of coffee and show him the presentation. What else could be there? How about business cards? How many people have business cards here? Well, that's better than I thought. But so maybe the rest of the people, you have like an email template ready with all of your contacts, and you have your mobile phone on 4G and ready to send it the instant you meet someone, right? Yes? Everyone else who doesn't have a business card has this email template or a tweet or something ready. Or what if the person is not on LinkedIn? Aha, exactly. So what always happens in startup conferences, in any tech conferences, people bring so many devices, laptops, tablets, phones, that internet crash or sucks, and then LinkedIn usually becomes not an option at all. So the best thing is if you have 4G and you can send an email, that's like the most reliable thing. But then you're not sure who this person is and so on. So you came today to kind of like a potential networking event, well, hopefully you're taking notes, about business cards, and, you know, again, what's the purpose? What are you doing here? Are you spending your time valuably? So we have a presentation product or presentation. We have a business card. What else you should do for preparation? What? Sir, you're on the verge to go back to that crowd. Any more ideas? You're on a good run.
Leave something for me as well to talk about, please. Leave something to talk about for me as well.
Good. Okay, so I'll leave these quick tips. But if you don't have, firstly, a way to show what you came here for, if you don't have a presentation brochure, the product ready to show and sell or buy or whatever, and then you don't have a way to exchange contacts in at least 2 ways, digitally and in a paper way, you already failed for this conference, or specifically this event. And then the third thing, if you come and you just sit on like this, and you come to events to meet someone, and you spend all your time before event, after event, sitting and just saying hi to people that you already know, you failed. 2, sit down, or 0, whatever. So that's preparation. If you're going to event, prepare, go there, network, do your thing, sell, then you're going to get value, and you're not going to be annoyed by things. What should I cover right now from theory side? Oh, I'm really also annoyed by these enterprise, large corporates coming to startup events, and then afterwards also saying these things, oh man, these startup events is such a waste of time, I didn't get out of it. And then you ask, so I mean, it's not only students, or it's not only random people, companies, businesses who come to startup events or send people there usually don't have a freaking clue why they're doing that. and they send these evangelists, they send these representatives for business development who have zero goals, zero decision power, and they're wasting also startup time. Well, they're at least getting paid for being there usually. But if you start talking to this, this is the last theory tip. If you just start talking to this B2B guy, and he's just nodding head, and basically he's having a wet dream working in a startup or starting a startup, like this erotic fantasy of quitting his well-paid job and doing it, that's a real waste of time. There's nothing going to come out of it. You better go and focus on your goal. For example, hire someone at conference. So now we're done with preparation. Now we have some mental preparation also for talking, meeting people. Let's go to practice. So once you're in a conference, hopefully you will get an opportunity to get on stage and pitch. And you should be always ready to pitch, even if you're not selected for some stupid competition or whatever. Because getting in front of someone, if you come to the event, if you already invested your time and you have an opportunity to show and sell your product, you should definitely do it. You should be always ready to present it, even without slides or presentations or whatever. So what you should be ready to do is you should be ready to pitch your product in 10 seconds, in 30 seconds, in a minute, in 2 minutes, in 3 minutes, in 5 minutes, in 15 minutes, and on very lucky occasions, when some investor or someone gets really interested to you, you should be ready to brainfuck him for half an hour or more. Any comments, sir? No? Okay. So now let's get down to practice. How much time I have? None? Right, yeah, actually. I'll take 5 minutes. It's fine. Sir, can you come on the stage?
Sure.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Edmundas. I'm CEO and co-founder of TrackDuck. We help digital agencies to get feedback from their clients and work better in their team on the digital projects. What do you do?
I am Daumantas, and I'm a Ruby on Rails developer, and also I code some apps and products and do all that.
Cool, and what are you doing in this conference, seminar?
I'm searching for a dude who could help me with copywriting or with the Google AdWords and wants to learn do real business and not just think about it.
So are you talking about a startup here, or are you talking more like a digital app agency? Or?
Yeah, I'm talking about the web design agency or stuff like that. But we instead do products and launch them.
That sounds pretty interesting. I actually have a friend who's a marketeer, a copywriter, and is looking for new gigs. Do you have a business card?
No, I don't.
Oh, well. So, yeah.
Yeah, but we could just you could just link him to me.
Sure, send me an email. I'll link to you right now.
Okay. Write it down. You've got to write it down.
I have to write down your email to recommend you to my friend. All right. Okay. Sure. And just send him an empty email without any links or some content about.
I have a page where it represents what we do and what are we searching from him.
Cool. So since I'll be recommending you to a friend of mine, maybe you can.
Like spacepicnic.net. Just go there and you'll find it.
All right. Good enough. Cool. Okay. Thank you. Applause. Yay. Sir, well, you know what's going to happen next, so you can just come here.
I'm gonna be prepared or something.
All right.
Hello.
Hey there.
My name is
Edmundas.
Daumantas. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What do you do, Daumantas?
So I am a full-time student and full-time employed at the moment, but I have a good idea here.
Really? What's the idea?
Well, that is quite interesting. You know, most of the companies, they kind of struggle to sell whatever they have. Well, it doesn't matter whether it's a product, app,
Yes,
or
companies who sell try to sell. That's Great
well,
insight.
that's interesting, but what I actually have found within a couple of recent years that there is a lot of companies in Lithuania that actually are very good on producing services or products, but they're not very good in actually selling them. And I have a cure for that.
Okay, so the problem is that they're bad in selling.
Yeah, the problem is that they're bad in selling, and I have a quite good solution.
So maybe
to
their
sell them.
product sucks.
Actually, I found that most of the products, they do not suck, as you are impressed, but most of the time people find a hard time showing the value for the potential customers. And that's how I could help them with many different levels of sales. And if that would be something you'd be interested in, I would be more than happy to talk with you.
But what exactly are you talking about? Because, I mean, if you're...
It's marketing, direct sales, strategic sales, and sales.
So maybe you could have just started from it. Like, I'm a specialist in direct sales. And that would have kind of went ahead of like 3 or 5 questions. Just, you know,
Yeah, probably.
what's a great idea? I have a great idea. Who cares about your great idea? And, you know, stuff like that. So you can skip the bullshit and just say, hey, people, what do you do?
Cool. So I sell.
That's even better, yes. And then if you can say how well you sell or prove your track record, say I have sold these products and they're so successful now, it's even better, right?
Yeah, that's true. I
Cool.
have experience.
Can I have a business card?
I have the like digital one or
Digital.
the paper one, or you can link me.
This guy is ready.
Jeigu turėsi tą, kuris vadinasi NFC, tai pridedi ir jisai
Gerai,
čia mano.
gerai. Aš tau dabar iškart po kalbos irgi duosiu kortelę. Thanks. All right. All right. One more? No? Sir? Practice makes it perfect?
Hi,
Hello.
I am Daumantas, and we are building matchmaking application. It's a dating application, Lithuanian one. It will be more engaging, like Tinder, and you can try it, I think, in 2-3 months. Now we are searching for designer for.
There's hundreds and thousands of dating apps. Why is yours different?
Because our based on top. I mean, all the time you will open an app and you will see most beautiful girls in Vilnius world. Yes.
Maybe you should have just started that. Do you want to find the best, most beautiful girls in Vilnius right now, right here?
Yeah,
I'd be, yeah, most likely.
we're working on it, so you will see.
So just cut the bullshit, start with how you're different or what exactly you do.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. Well, okay, our system based on top, I mean, algorithm, and you will see it.
I like being on top. No, just maybe clear. I mean, I like the idea, but
It's live streaming.
yeah, great. I like the idea, but just you can make it so much better. This one sentence pitch, you know, especially since it's such a track. Like I have this, you know, a software as a service tool for digital agencies and freelancers and blah blah blah, and you have a, you know, the best looking girls in your pocket, right? And you can show them me, or I can just download that. So
Okay.
just you can, yeah, make it more.
Plus you will be your first one user and
All right.
fine.
Thank you. Applause. Sir, you want to try? Just practice in front of everyone.
Afternoon all.
Hello, hello.
My name is David.
Nice to meet you, David.
Well, we are developing a project for photographers, models, and etc. that is going to be unique from what we have in the market today, because usually they limit themselves with database, and we are developing that tool that will help to go with the project, scout for models, scout for specialists, just from the beginning to the very end of the project, and post it and share it.
So it will save time or money, or
Yeah, it's going to save time because usually you have few options now. You can go to an agency that's going to be expensive, or you can find friends and network on Facebook. That is quite unreliable. So we're having a database in one place. Then we're having a rating system that will be formed upon creation of projects and implementation of them.
All right, that's, again, yeah, it sounds like a very interesting idea, but again, kind of complicated to explain. Like,
Yeah, sure, just
I mean,
put a note that I have to put it in one sentence, so I'll work on it.
Yeah.
That's why I came here.
all right, yay,
Thank you.
thank you. And we're done. So practice, prepare, and don't waste your and other people's time. Yay, thank you, I'm done.